Alrighty, hello people of the internet, it is I, Soul Dragon here, back with more Fate Grand Order, where we are going to continue Ordeal Call 1, Zero Compass, Inner Domain, Paper, Moon, and we will be taking care of Section 12, Sakura's Dream / I Hate Love. Before we do that though, please be sure to subscribe to this if you are watching it on YouTube. It'll let you know when the future parts come out, as well as when any shorts come out. You can also follow me on Twitch, where you can find out when I go live. You won't be able to catch all of Ordeal Call 1 live, though, because this is all done very, very far in advance. Probably at least a week before I'm going to publish all this out. Who knows, though? Who knows? But I think without further ado, I've shilled myself out there for you all to support me, so let us begin Section 12. You'll form your party immediately before the battle begins. Also, I'm seeing +2 to Lanling. Oh, you had to insert that, didn't you? You had to insert that, didn't you, J6? Stop with the Master of Caster. Master of Caster shenanigans needs to end. It needs to end. Who am I? I'm pretty sure this is Sakura's text here, because it's sort of the pinkish color. What a stupid question. I've always been impossible to pin down. I'm mostly just the role I was assigned. My timeline, my memories, my fate, all vague and ill-defined. It's because it was brought up so much in the visual novel. So much. Some parts overlap, others directly contradict each other. Only my role remains the same. Monster. Oh no, this is Medusa. That's what I am. No matter how many different versions of me there are, that will probably never change. Well, you know, Medusa, I'm feeling a little bit of synergy between you and Kratos here. You know, Kratos was told by Athena that he will always be a monster. No matter what else he tries, he will always be a monster. But you know what he said, Medusa, and what you should say as well? I know, but I will be your monster no more. So reject being Athena's monster. Be your own monster and make something of it. I'm sure there's a version of me who mindlessly devours everything in sight. The one who has close ties to Pegasus. There may even be a version of me who's almost a younger sister goddess to my two goddess older sisters. Even then, I am a monster remains inescapable. The only real question is, what kind of monster am I? As there is a version of me tied to Pegasus, this me is tied to Chrysor, the monster with the golden sword. That's fine. Oh, I know. And since Chrysor is the ancestor of so many monsters, this version of me also reflects my own status as the progenitor of a monstrous bloodline. That's fine too. It's everything else within me that isn't fine. I have feelings in this form. Feelings about Poseidon, about Athena, passionate feelings towards the gods. Chrysor, got it. This new version of me remembers how I became a monster. I couldn't forget it even if I wanted to. Yes, that's right. This version of me detests love, not just for the gods, but for everything. If it wasn't for love, I might not have become the monster I am now. If it wasn't for love, I might have been able to live out my days peacefully with my beloved sisters. Which is also why I hated her. Oh? A love-hate relationship. Interesting. I couldn't stand the master I met when I was summoned to this world. I tried to stay away from her as much as I possibly could. I kept our conversations to the barest minimum. I told her over and over that I was only here because of our contract. But as I had feared, it was no use. No matter how much I pushed her away, she always came back trying to get close again, looking at me with that oddly familiar gleam in her eyes. That's why I hated her. I knew letting my guard down even for a moment would make not loving her impossible. I knew it. See, Sakura and Medusa, they've got that deeper connection. I've tried desperately to flee love. I've cursed its loathsomeness again and again. I wanted nothing to do with it. So, why me? Everything about it is painful, agonizing, terrifying. It goes against everything I stand for. But, even so, in spite of all that... Now that I know I love her, my hands are tied. Oof. I think it's gonna clearly be Sakura. Medusa's gonna do something stupid. Sakura's is going to try and stop it and get accidentally killed. I'm guessing Sakura is, like I said, Medusa is going to do something stupidly dangerous. Sakura is going to try and stop her and get killed by accident and perish in Medusa's arms. That's my guess. After all, when you get down to it, I'm nothing more than a hideous monster who cares more about what I want than what's right. I hate that she says she's hideous. Medusa, you are not hideous in the slightest. Medusa! So you're here. I figured if anyone would come, it would be you people. What are you doing? This must be some kind of mistake, right? I mean, we all fought Castor together. I thought you couldn't stand to see AIs being mistreated so horribly, just like... You thought wrong. I only fought Castor because my master ordered it, because Sakura wanted me to. That was all there was to it for me. So what, you're telling us she wants you to do this now? Because I don't see her anywhere. She's back there, sleeping. Hold on, I can't see her very well, but it seems like she's having trouble breathing. Let me take a look at her. Keep your distance, I know what is wrong with her. She's dangerously low on Ronnie Mint. She only has enough to sustain her AI body, and barely at that. In fact, she doesn't have enough energy to so much as sit up. No, as things are, she'll disappear soon. Then we need to get her more Ronnie Mint immediately. I have a meal right here. I can even lend you some Ronnie Mint directly if that will help. What a strange AI you are. You know she's an enemy master, right? I suppose your base programming overrides the rest. At any rate, it would be easy enough if replenishing her Ronnie Mint was what would help her, but that's not possible. Every bit of Ronnie Mint she gets now, she automatically feeds to her servant. That is me. Why is that? I admit, I know I screwed up here. She's been doing that for some time now, since a certain something happened. I just never noticed. Everything she got from materials, from other AIs, every drop of Ronnie Mint Sakura acquired, no matter how, she was sending as much as possible to me, her servant. And she'd held back just enough to maintain her form. No more. Zaukin appeared. That's the bad thing. This whole time she's been dancing on a razor's edge. Perhaps she even went over it at some points. Is this because we ate sandwiches meant for her? No, I saw her consuming materials at that time with my own 2 eyes. So this condition is not a result of a lack of sufficient replenishment. Hold on, you mentioned an incident. You don't mean... It was when she was injured during Castor's Familiar's first attack on Grow. So yes, she's been like this ever since you treated her. Ias? I knew it, so she is suffering lingering effects from the damage. Those wounds were really deep. I know I repaired her AI parts perfectly, but there were many parts about her newly added master functionality I couldn't make heads or tails of. The only thing I could do was wait and see if any adverse effects presented themselves. Right, and unfortunately they have. I interrogated the Type R that examined her, and I got her to tell the truth. Apparently her internal pathway that feeds Ronnie Mint to her servant is broken beyond repair. The Type R told me it's like there are holes in the conduits connecting us. When she tries to send me Ronnie Mint, most of it leaks out through those holes. Wasted. So in order to make sure I have the Ronnie Mint I need to function normally, she has to send much more than usual to make up for what is lost in the transfer. You know, Medusa, you and Sakura could have solved this issue with far more direct mana transfer. Just saying. I'm just saying. A direct mana transfer would have been a far more efficient way to get your mana. Yeah, Caster is a monster. To do that, she has been using Ronnie Mint she would normally reserve for herself. Yes, Ronnie Mint transfer, my bad. But Medusa knows it, though. Medusa clearly knows about it, I'm sure. I hate to admit that I've only recently realized this. After she fed me a large amount of Ronnie Mint so I could fight at my full strength, she began losing her balance and could no longer walk straight. That's when I realized something was wrong. She said she would prioritize her own well-being, but instead she... I remember. She used her command spell back on you when that second colossal writhing fiend showed up. That was it, wasn't it? Yes, why has she been doing this all this time? Why did she use her command spell? The answer to both of those questions is the same. She just wanted me to protect her home. That was the only reason. Why didn't she tell me? She's had plenty of chances to bring this up. I even told her there could be an unexpected side effects and she should let me know immediately if something went wrong. I asked her the same thing, but ultimately this was Sakura's decision. I imagine she had her reasons. One of them is probably that the type R determined her condition was untreatable, even by you. I think Sakura herself sensed the same thing. No way, we don't even know for sure. If she just let me examine her, then maybe... I also believe she didn't want to be any more indebted to you than she already is, since you are ultimately enemies. After that, she smiled. She said that no matter how defective she might be, she would never willingly forgo her duty to protect this place just to save her own life. She said she wants to do everything she can to protect it, even if it may ultimately be a selfish desire. ... When she used her command spell on me, she wished for it to keep this place safe. The command spell is still in effect. At least, I think it is. It would have made the matter worse. How so, Deontay? So I was going to protect Grow, because protecting this place is functionally the same as protecting her. And I'll do anything to protect her, even if it means sacrificing every other AI outside of Grow. I'll use this sword to produce demonic beasts, and use them to collect enough Ronnie Mint to make up for what Sakura has lost. Then if I give it to her all at once, she'll wake up again. She has to. This is the only way. I understand how you feel, I do, but this... I think it's fine. Huh? I've always thought the only thing we can truly know for sure is our own desires. What sense is there in thinking about other people? Why give up on something just because someone else wants it too? Finding some half-hearted justification to not go for what you really want. Don't you think that's doing your own desires a disservice? That's why I think what you're doing is fine. Do what you want, take what you desire. That's completely normal. However, sometimes your desires come into conflict with someone else's. When that happens, a lot of things go into determining whose desires are satisfied and whose are not. Social standing, money, physical strength, that sort of thing. And since I'm the greatest and have all that and more going for me, I've pretty much always gotten what I wanted. And right now I want to win this Holy Grail War and get everything that entails. Which means those AIs you're hurting are my future property, and nobody messes with my property without my say-so. That's so nakedly selfish, it's almost refreshing, but don't worry, I think it's great. Desire is a fast track to depravity. Being who I am, I'm more inclined to approach this rationally than emotionally, and rationally speaking, we were going to have to defeat either Saber or Lancer next anyway. So I see no point in letting Saber go now. If she cannot get the support from her master, that just makes our job easier. So we should take her down here and now. Wow, so cold. Just so you know, Master, I'm fine with whatever you prefer. No choice but to stop her. Assassin, you and Sakura look similar, so I prefer to not kill you if I don't have to. But if you insist on getting my way, I will show you no mercy. I'm going to save Sakura. This time, it's gonna be me. That's weird. The way you phrased it almost sounds like someone else saved her first. I don't know anything about that. This is just how I feel. No, that's not true. I do know. My wish, my need to save her myself rather than let anyone else save her, is foolish, narrow-minded, short-sighted selfishness. Otherwise, I will never get to what I really want, in tune with the true sense of the word. I admit in some ways this is purely an ego trip. But even so, it is what I want, and I refuse to give up. Ha! Well said. However, well, I don't know how much runningman you've had your little doggies collect. I can't imagine it's enough to make up for your obvious lack of resources. And that's not even getting into how the more runningman you use, the harder it'll be for your master to wake up. So if I were you, I'd just give up. That's why I'm going to use any other source of power I can to make up for it, no matter how much I hate it. Up until now, I've only been drawing on this power for my noble phantasm, but now I'll completely cloak myself in it. If you're so desperate to be involved in my destiny, Athena, then I shall devour and use you, whether you like it or not. I have been keeping track of my shorts, and I am getting a good bit of views. I like it. I'm happy. Oh! I'm guessing this is Final Ascension. You know? This is definitely better than Second Ascension. It is definitely better than the Second Ascension. Is it better than First, though? I don't know. I mean, First looks like so casual. This looks badass, though. This Ascension does look pretty badass. I think as far as badassness, this is First, but in cool factor, the First Ascension goes hard. Now, what did she say? I was more distracted by her appearance than the words that came out of her mouth. Excuse me. This is the golden gleam of my monster-birthing sword, wielded by another monster who once consumed divine flesh. And it will be the last thing you see before you die. You who were born from my blood alongside winged Pegasus. You who bore this sword and fathered countless monsters. This is the light that carries our vengeance to the gods. With these mystic eyes, I grant you my blessing. Chrysor. Battle. Okay. So, Saber and Rider. This would be a time to bring out Achan. It would. But I'm going to still try and keep a Kama solo. Normal Kama, though. I'm going to try and use normal Kama as much as possible. If normal Kama cannot cut this, then I will switch over to Achan. But we'll find out. You use all of her ascensions on JP. She does have while her second ascension is her weakest, she does have good ascensions overall. She's got some sort of defenses. Monster Birthing Slash. She summoned a Cerberus. What do you got? Absorb NP of target when attacking. That's annoying. Remove 1 defense buff when attacking. Okay. We should be fine here. We're gonna go for the first bar. Last bars tend to be the highest, so we'll hold off on that. Let's see what our damage output is. Oh, you! That was dirty. Oh, that was freaking dirty. NP seal, and you invinced me. That was well played. Well played. It's only once, though. She only gets the invints once. You don't have to offer everything. Ha! Oh, shit. I was about to say, ha, you killed your Cerberus, but then you charged. You're a single target, though, so I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine here. Athena became more defined in this ascension, I think, as far as NP goes. So she brings out another. Okay, that's fine. Overcharge. I think I'm gonna do the stun. Just in case we see another full charge after this attack, after this NP. Hopefully we can break the bar, because no more invincibilities are gonna proc out of left field. Oh right, she gets charmed as well. I forgot about that. Well, the defense down counts for something at least. Okay, that's a bar broken. I'll save them myself. Debuff immune and a bonus effect on attacks. Of course you would munch and crunch on Kama. But you didn't seal me, Cerberus, so ha! You sealed your fate, Cerberus. Or rather, you sealed Medusa's fate. Possibly. I don't have anywhere near the amount of buffs I had previously, but we're gonna find out. Come on, come on. Good hit. Down to the crits. Not gonna KO on this turn, but we have another fully charged NP at the ready. And now we don't. And now she's invincible again. And we just... Did it just inflict death? Or was that just a frick ton of damage? Why did it just do so much damage? How long is that invince? 3 left, so we'd need to Brave Chain to break it. So we're not breaking this invince. Okay. Well, we can, actually. We can. Scotty! I don't know how he just nuked so much that Cerberus did. No idea how, but it's fine. On my NP. Yeah, this is... I mean, I think we've got this at this point. Gave the crit star gather up to Kama too. Excellent. Perfection. Oh, Duryodhana, you freaking helped out so much. That was such a clutch... That was such a clutch random chance to give Kama the extra crit star gather rate. Well done, Duryodhana. Well done. Now we just got a Cerberus we need to kick the butt of. This is fine. Oh, I did see the dice. I did see the dice just then. Yes, you actually helpful. It surprised me too. But now it's just Serby here. So that's not, that is his NP. Okay, I did not realize he used an NP there. Kama. Please, get the win here. Yes, we got this. Okay. It was by the skin of our teeth, but we got this. That wasn't too bad at all. By the skin of our teeth. Well done, Kama. Well done. Yeah, that wasn't bad. If we could have done it quicker had she not dropped that invince. If it had not been for that stupidly surprise invincibility, we would have had this. These tend to be 24, so let's go up to 53. Just in case it's another 2 battles. Another saber fight, so presumably just Medusa, this time with no Cerberus. You may not be Sakura, but you really do look alike. I did get the feeling something about me dulled your blade at the last moment, though I didn't know what. But me being me, I wasn't about to let that stop me from going to town on you. Too bad for you. Aside from that, I don't know what else went wrong for you. How strange. I thought love was the one thing I hated the most, but here I am doing all this for it. Once again, it's a perfect reminder that love never leads anywhere good. And yet, now that I have it, I don't want to let it go, no matter how its thorns might prick me. So tell me, God of Love, is that what love truly is? Hell if I know. Hey, what do you think you're doing? She's trying to get away. Damn it. Whoopsies, I let my guard down. Sorry about that. Still, we wounded her quite badly. I expect she's but a step away from sustaining direct damage to her spirit core. She cannot have gotten far. We should go after her. Yeah, if we let her go, she might start attacking other AIs again. If nothing else, I can tell she's not going to give up for anything. Oh, she's going to the hill, isn't she? Yep, I called it. Her banner's in June. Good to know. Good to know. Like I said, this summer is going to be a lot of quartz being spent. I need to hope beyond all hopes that I get what I want in relatively quick succession. Saber. Oh. Look at you leaping around, carrying me in your arms. You're like some kind of Prince Charming. Also, something I didn't call out before. Medusa said that she was not the one to save Sakura originally. This Medusa has memories of FSN Medusa. You're awake, Sakura. How are you feeling? I'm okay. I'm still full of energy. Look. Hup. See? Still got it. But since I don't know when I might just drift back off to sleep, let me say this now. Thank you, Saber. I'm sorry I don't want to hear it. Huh? You're running away right now. I've not given up on you. This isn't over yet. I'll run as far as I have to. And one day, you'll get your wish. I know it. But where are you going to run to? I don't know. Wherever you can stay alive. Yes, that's it. As long as she can stay alive, I don't care where we go. If she can't stay alive in this world, I'll smash my way through its walls to find another. If only I could shatter that false ceiling and find a real paradise waiting for us. Still, I'm ready to make an enemy of this whole world. I'm willing to destroy it if that's what it takes. And with that on the table, I can think of one possible, feasible solution. Rani the 12th, the central governing AI. As the Overseer, she must have spare command spells. If I can take them from her, then maybe. It was in that moment as soon as I decided which direction to leap next. Forbidden process detected. Requesting countermeasures. Okay. So, trying to peel back the secrets of this world, and even thinking about attacking Rani the 12th is forbidden. Partial authorization granted. Do not eliminate her directly. Not at this stage. Recalibrating collector response. Disabling mobility only. So yeah, Archer is a servant of Rani the 12th. Saber, oh no, your leg. What just happened? I don't know. That attack came from extreme range. It could easily have killed me. Whoever fired it aimed for my leg. They're as good as saying they won't kill me, but they won't let me escape either. Could it be that assassin? No, it's not her. Lancer? No, it probably wasn't him either. But then who could have done this, and why? Listen, Saber, if you go on without me, you should still be able to. Don't be ridiculous, Sakura. No, if anyone here is being ridiculous, it's whoever fired that shot. Saber. Whoever did this has to be too far away for me to see them. Thumbnail opportunity! Come on, go away, little picture on the bottom. But they still must be able to see me if they're able to attack. And that means there's still a way to fight back. My mystic eyes, Sybil, were originally made to turn anyone who looked at me into stone. So if this attacker is looking at me now, I can trace their gaze back to petrify them from here. That's some straight-up SCP level shenanigans. Stay out of my way. Limiter released. Sybil. Yep, that's the archer. They have a very poofy skirt. Uh-oh. Saber, what happened? They deflected my mystic eyes. Powerful enough for me to feel it directly from here. This magical energy, this power. They must be divine spirit. A servant. Thoth! What does that mean? Yes, what does it mean? There shouldn't be a servant like that here. But there very clearly is, and that must mean... There you are! Hey, we found you guys! I see, so they want to make sure a participant of the Holy Grail War finishes me off. I don't know what you're talking about, but I do know you have no chance of escaping now. Just give up already. Though for some reason you do seem more beat up now than when you ran. No, I got it. Your fruitless attempt to run away opened up the wounds I inflicted on you. Talk about pathetic. Yeah, it's not creepy at all. You know? I mean, just being able to see someone from who knows how far away, trying to attack them with your eyes, and then having them rebound the attack to damage your own eye, that's not creepy at all. You sure about that? Because this looks way worse than just an injury reopening. Saber, are you? If you're not going to let me go, there's no point in telling you what happened. Come on, come then. I'm not about to give up. Not while my body still has life in it. Saber. Stand back, Sakura. It's okay. No matter what happens, I will always be on your side. Okay. Yes, it is the archer that also took out Lev. As well as presumably the one who recovered Castor. So Ronnie. It is Ronnie the 12th, which I am pretty positive is a pseudo-servant of Thoth. Or however you pronounce that name. Yep. Going with the squad. Going in with this squad. Hoorah. Alright, Medusa. Oh, they didn't update her sprite here. That would have been peak if they had updated her battle sprite to have like the damaged eye. I'm pronouncing Thoth correctly. Yay! I'm not a complete butcher of foreign languages. Or of non-American English languages, rather. Presumably tomorrow. Tomorrow will likely be it, because, again, it's getting very close to wrap-up time for me, because I need to eat soon. And I'm going to not attack with the NP first, because I'm not getting baited into another invincibility shield from nowhere. There was no invincibility shield from nowhere, thankfully. But I was not risking it. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Pretty sure that's phrasing. Almost 400k. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alrighty. That was an easy fight. Second banner is in 40s. I did see that Kama has a banner up now, though. So, was that not the second banner? Kama has a banner associated with this event up, as does Bima. So, but I think I will be done before the final banner, which shows off Thoth or whoever, or the Thoth or Rani pseudo-servant is. Who am I? I'm the Prime AI of Grow, a participant in the System Grail War, and the Master of Saber. It's Sibylle for some reason? That's weird. Sibylle. Sakura. Saber gave me that name. There was no special reason for it, but strangely enough, it fits me perfectly. As for what was inside that name, it turns out that all I really had was a desire to protect this place I call home. I couldn't even tell you why. All I know is it felt like a command embedded in my very being right from the start. I never really had a choice, I just followed where my heart led me. That's my reason for existing. It's neither good nor bad, it just is. I need to keep this place safe, no matter what. I can't imagine my life without it. I wonder what they'd call this feeling if I were a normal human. Desire? Personal taste? A fetish? None of that seems right. Yeah, definitely not a fetish. This is something deeper. Something down at the very core of who I am. Fate. Maybe it's more of a curse. But that doesn't mean it's causing me pain, sadness, or suffering. It's just who I am because that's how things are. I think I was probably born with this fate. Curse. Whatever it is. I think I was born with a need to protect the home I love. Since I don't regret that, why would I? No one else cares about this wish but me. I was hoping I could protect this place I hold dear forever, that I could spend the rest of my existence happily planting seeds, and then, maybe one day... Oh, wait. If I selfishly, unwittingly wound up pushing my own wish onto someone else, that deserves an apology. Poor Medusa. Sakura, can you hear me, Sakura? Saber. I'm sorry. It's my fault you became a bad guy. Even though you're really more like a prince. No, I'm not. Even if I seem otherwise, I assure you, I'm no prince. I'm nothing like one. If you cannot believe me, then I'll just go back to my speaking to you as I always have. Okay. I like you fine either way, but no matter what, you're still you. Yeah, I haven't changed at all. I'm still just your pet monster. You were right to use me as you liked. You don't need to apologize for that. I think I must be a monster too. I only cared about one thing. I would have done anything for it. But that one thing seemed crazier to everyone else. It was ultimately meaningless. Worse still, I wound up hurting people because of it, even if I didn't mean to. Man, this is sounding like a conversation straight up from FSN, Sakura. Excuse me. I suppose you could say that, but that doesn't make it true. I was enough of a monster for both of us, so that you wouldn't have to become one yourself. And you stayed you, right to the end. So I think we were a perfect match. Yeah. Then at least let me say thank you. Thank you for trying to be like me. Maybe you wished I kept my distance, or you found me really annoying. But I still want to thank you for being with me this whole time. That was just me trying to hide my few feelings. Yeah, I know. I couldn't contain it. I wasn't used to this sort of thing either, so I was being awkward about it. That's all. I'm glad to hear that. I hope one day you and I can go for a walk and have a picnic again, as friends. Then we can both come home to a place we really care about. Yes, I'd love that too. Wait, is Serajera not gonna get any goodbye with Sakura? That's kind of tragic. Looks like my time is up. Don't worry, I came to an agreement of sorts with them while you were asleep. Anyway, I'd better get going to what's next for me, so... yeah. See you later. What's next for you is coming to my Chaldea. Hopefully. Now that Saber's gone, there's likely to be another rotation. This probably goes without saying, but I'm not going to last much longer, either. Whether I get caught in a rotation or not, I barely have enough Raniment to maintain my structure. Please, don't be sad. I'm sorry if I made you worry. It's not your fault. This was always going to happen sooner or later. Thank you for saving me, even though we're enemies. That made me really happy. As Prime AI of Repair, I can't help but feel like there's more I could have done. I should have been able to fix you, but I couldn't. That's my failure. And if your condition is the reason this happened, then I don't feel like I've actually won at all. We might have been enemies, but I didn't want things to end like this. I wanted to have a real, honest battle. I'm sorry. Could I make one last request? I'd like to be alone, please. There's something I want to talk about. Hang on, how does that work? Who cares? Come on, let's go. Besides, I've got to prepare myself to be a cushion for a master again. I mean, we can hug preemptively, if you want. It's okay, they're all gone. Okay, so there is gonna be a scene for Serejera. I, just wanted to say... I'm sorry. For what? Because I realized there was something wrong with you. I think I knew before Saber did. I could tell you were so low on Raniment you could barely walk. Did you? Well, I'm glad you didn't say anything. No, you don't understand. I was the only one who realized it at that time. If I just said something, then... maybe this wouldn't have happened. Maybe you and Saber would still be... Well, why would you? It only makes sense that you'd keep quiet about it. I mean, you and I are supposed to be enemies, right? Yeah, I know. I know it's weird. But even so, I still feel guilty about it. I feel so damn guilty it makes me want to puke. It makes me wish I'd never been born. More than anything, I wish I could escape that guilt, but it just won't go away. That's why I wanted to do something about it, but there was nothing I could do. And now that it's all over, and we're past the point of no return, all I can do is talk to you about it, meaningless as that is. Even though you were so nice to me, when you had no reason to be, even though it should be me dying instead of you. I really am trash, aren't I? Guilt, huh? Is that why you didn't fight much? I'm not sure. Maybe? I have no right to fight. Or to a wish. I have no right to anything at all. This is where we find out more about what? Serejera? I feel so guilty all the time. It's like I did something so terrible it's constantly weighing on my mind. I don't know why or what that thing could have been, but it's all there. It's there all the same. I see. I thought that might be the case. Now that my AI functionality, my structure, and my randomized personality are all coming apart, I can see things I couldn't before. I can't see the source, so it just looks like meaningless numbers being spat out of a black box, but I think it means we're both fragments of our real selves. What do you mean? I don't know, but I think you and I are more alike than you realize. So, as long as you stay who you are, I think that's probably enough. Maybe you can't fight because of your guilt, but that doesn't mean you have to feel guilty about that, too. You just have to stay true to who you are. Why's that? Because when you disappear, you'll be able to do so with at least some satisfaction, just like I am now. Wait, I still don't... Oh, but then again, the opposite might be true too. That's how it was for Saber. She was so focused on what she wanted to avoid that she was brought to face it more directly than ever. It's like when you approach something familiar from a different angle. So that may not be a bad thing either. So they are all fragment. So those two are fragments of the original selves. So that's kind of obvious, though. Like, even Ayas, I'm pretty confident that Ayas is related to Bima in some way, shape, or form. Serejera might be related to Bima, or Ayas to Duryodhana, Ayas, or Serejera to Bima, perhaps. Perhaps. I don't know how, because, again, Serejera is a Portuguese name, but it's possible. Come on, Sakura, I still don't get it. What do you mean? Sorry, Master, but I have to hold you onto you now. We're about to be sent flying. Don't worry about her. She's already stopped working. And that is section 12. 1 quartz, 3 serpent jewels, 3 pure prisms, 3 hellfires of wisdom. That's all she wrote, indeed. So, bit of Saber, Medusa's personality is being revealed, and bit of Sakura's, and then to the world structure. Wow, we got the kill record. Man, Bima's like at a disadvantage here. Bima is definitely at the disadvantage here, but sadly, that is all the time I have for today. I do need to consume nourishment. I need to get changed and all that kind of good stuff here. Tomorrow will be the next one of this, where we will be doing section 13 at least. Depending on how long 13 is. You know what? I'm going to take a peek. Oh, heck yeah. We will definitely get more than section 13 done next time. Definitely get more than section 13 done in the next stream. But yeah, that's all she wrote for today. So I have been Soulrack Dragon. I hope you have all enjoyed today's stream. If you have, leave me some feedback in whichever way you so see fit. If you want to check out more by me, be sure to check out me out here on Twitch or YouTube. Same name, same games. There's plenty of content to enjoy. Sub if you are watching this on YouTube and you want to see more when they are published, because they're coming out section by section for ease of consumption. Yes, and check out the Discord as well. I'm working on making it more used than just, you know, sitting there sort of gathering dust. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming out. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you again, Twitch audience, for sitting through 5 intros with me and for sticking around for many hours. We are at section 13, so we're presumably at the halfway point, but I might be wrong, because we are down to the final 4 servants, with the archer being mysteriously mysterious, so who knows? The end could be approaching sooner, but I still feel confident with around 20 sections. But again, that's all. Have a fantastic evening, everybody.